Good afternoon everyone. My name is Dania Azim and today me and my friends Prisha and Dua will be doing an activity. So I invite Prisha to tell us about the activity.
In the activity, you have to draw your mental picture. Okay, so I'll explain further. If you're good in writing poems or stories, you can write a short poem or a short story. If you are good in art, you can draw something. But arts are like many things. So if you are good in dancing, you can draw a dancing pose. If you are good in music, you can draw a symbol of music. So we'll provide you papers to do this activity. And now Dua will come and tell you the do's and don'ts.
Please stick this in your copy. You have to draw a border on the page you stick. You can complete your artwork in 1 minute. You have 5 minutes to complete your artwork.
They said we are here to take up the art, architecture and literature. They've already given you 3 clues. That means anything that comes to your mind, a visual picture of anything to do with art, anything to do with architecture, or anything to do with literature, you can draw. They have not asked you for your talent.
Auntie?
You can't draw sports figures, but whatever comes. If you think it's art, you can draw. But anything related to...
Auntie, in literature, you can't draw, so maybe you can write?
You can write poems.
Write poems?
Yeah, you can
or write story?
If you are unable to complete it now, you understand that you can keep it in your history copies, complete it, create the border and stick it. It has to go because you are eventually writing the activity conducted by these children while taking up art, architecture. Alright, can we have you stopping whatever you are drawing, complete it as homework and listen to them what they are wanting to speak to you and make you do another activity maybe?
So you could do this at home. So I'm going to tell you something. It's not in the book, but I'm going to tell you. If you make a hole and put this in the soil or somewhere, and you just hide the paper inside, and after many years, if it's found, so it's going to be an historical piece, and they may study about it.
Historical source. An historical source of value. Why? Because it is going to be, how will it come out of the earth? Tell me. What she's saying is, today what you do is you create a hole or you dig a hole and you put this piece of paper inside. Whatever you have, maybe a building you have drawn, whatever. So if you have put the paper inside and years later in future, it is found. How will it be found? Okay, Akshaya?
It would be excavated.
Excavated. Now, all the historical sources that are excavated are called what kind of sources? Archaeological. So, it is going to turn whatever you are putting inside, it is actually turning into an archaeological source for the future. That is what she is saying. Okay?
What about rain? Was it destroying the paper?
Beta, the thing is that we are just giving you a mental picture. We are not going into the logistics of it. We are just telling you this is how it happened that ages before. How is it that we have found the literary sources also? We have found the literary sources also which were able to, because we studied them further. The historians studied them. They were able to tell you that the figures that were being used by the Mesopotamians were geometrical, and so they were wanting to say this. So it has to be decoded later on. So that's how it will be maintained. Okay?
So our ancestors were used to talk by art, and they were also used to write and carve on stones. But they didn't know that after many years we would study about it. So now Dua will tell you about architecture. Does anyone know what is architecture? Yes, sir. Design social buildings? Yes.
Okay. Okay, but are you also listening to the word? First word is art. And the next word is architecture, which has a little part of art in it. So when they are telling, open your mind and listen to everything. Okay?
Does anyone know some important buildings found in Delhi Sultanate? Yes, Raj.
With a loudly I can hear. Qutub Minar. Okay?
Yes.
Qur'an Islam Mosque.
Qutub Islam Mosque. Us. They were wanting to tell you same.
Yes, I know. Now, new temples and mosques were made like Qawwat Islam, like Ahmed said. New architectural styles such as geometrical designs and calligraphy came to be used.
Okay. Repeat it once again and slowly. New architectural designs such as
Geometrical designs and calligraphy came to be used.
calligraphy. Are you being taught calligraphy? In what subject? So now, beta, you have to connect calligraphy, art. What are we learning? Art and architecture and literature about the of the Delhi Sultanate. So we are basically learning this calligraphy is part of art. Now when it is drawn, when it is described on paper, it is art. Okay, remember. And then she said geometrical designs. That is also, if I am drawing it on paper, it becomes my mandala art में क्या है? Geometrical figures, है ना? So it is art when you are drawing it. Now she is moving further and she is going to state about
Qutub Minar.
Qutub Minar. How is it related? How is she going to relate it?
This is actually Qutub Minar. We have drawn a rough diagram of it. We have not written, but there are inscriptions written in Urdu in Qutub Minar. You can see it in your books. There is also a drawing of Qutub Minar. If you look closely to it, or some people have seen it, they are
How many of you actually visited Qutub Minar? Do you recall whether the walls of the Qutub Minar have something right? And in what language? Urdu. But those people who can read Urdu can actually read and understand what is written on that.
So there are also calligraphical things written on it. So it's also a part of art.
Art, when it is used for construction, becomes architecture.
Have you seen this? This is also design which comes to the architectural styles that we have, I just said. And this is going from big to thick to thin. You can see that the geometrical design is also there.
Okay, wait, I'll take it a little further. Geometry. Are you doing geometry? What is it all about? Geometry, if I have to ask you, is in one nutshell. What is it all about?
Anything related angles.
Mira, can you stand up?
Angles, lines.
Angles. I'll take that one word and I'll say angles are a main part of, let's say, geometry. Okay? Now, if you look into this and see for yourself, you will realize that the Qutub Minar has a broad base and then it starts tapering. Tapering means it starts becoming more and more narrow. It's more, if I have to see, then I can only describe it in one word, which is it is going from a strong base, broad base, and moving and tapering. The right word is और पतला होने को हम कहते हैं it's becoming or it's tapering. ठीक है? Now this is actually forming angles and we call them as coming under geometrical designs. Just to make you understand what were the new architectural styles the children have taken this, whereby they are wanting you to understand that if we are doing it on paper, we call it art. But when we use it for construction, it turns into architecture. Okay? So art and architecture. Now they will mention, I think, literature?
Yes, sure.
Okay. Who's got the cap? And who's taking up literature?
On page number 21, there's a blue box, and you could see there are many points written on it for literature. You could underline that.
Prisha will read what has to be underlined. You have to write underline.
Okay. Ziauddin Barani was a writer of first two works, and
Can I just give the name of the writer and the names of the books? The rest they can read on their own. So you are
Okay.
underlining basically the name of the writer.
Ziauddin.
1, 2, 3, 4. The fourth line. Ziauddin Barani. Okay? Underline Ziauddin Barani and then write after that. He is the one person who has written about the first two. Tariq-e-Firoz Shahi and Fatwa-e-Zahir-Zuri. They are the two which were written by Ziauddin Barani. Then they have given the second name. It is Chand Bardai. Chand Bardai is the one person who was during the rule of the divided Indian time, which is your early medieval period, whereby India was, North India basically was divided under various Rajput rulers. So one of them, Prithviraj Chauhan. Which battle was he involved in?
First battle of Tarain and second battle of
Both first and second battle of Tarain he was involved in. So his courtier, Chand Bardai was his first courtier. So he has written on him, which is called Prithviraj Raso. Okay, you have underlined. Any other you want them to underline?
No, auntie.
Okay.
Okay. So, at the time of Delhi Sultanate, the Arabian and the Persian language also was written. And if you see in Alauddin Khalji, the last line.
Because when they is given in the book, they are wanting you to reach the last line under Alauddin Khalji. Can somebody read out that
Yes,
line?
auntie. Yes, auntie.
What's that sentence? Huh?
In the
He is working. Shivran, put your stand up and read.
And he was also a patron of arts and learning.
Patron of arts.
Patron of arts and learning. Amir
Khusro.
Khusro, who is known as
Whose court did Amir Khusro live in? Alauddin Khalji's court. And who is Amir Khusro? One second, Peter. He was one of the courtiers of Alauddin Khalji, who has written an account of on Alauddin Khalji. Yes? No problem. अच्छा, आप मुझे बताओ. In the first chapter, if we go back, then
I just want to say you have to underline the from Amir Khusro to live in his court.
so that you know that this is another form of what source. They have made you underline. Okay, but literary sources are also of two kinds. Literary sources are of two kinds. Okay, so what kind of literature is this? What kind of literary source is this? Going back. Beta, indigenous and foreign. Is it foreign literature?
No, I mean,
Why do you say it's indigenous? Now you know why I am so fond of that race position. Every time one step ahead means one step back also. You have done it in the first chapter.
Auntie, because in foreign literary sources, many native stories come and take notes about them, but in indigenous or courtiers of the court only take the
The people who are present in the court or the people who have first-hand experience, they are constantly there. So they are part of the kingdom itself. If they are writing, it's indigenous. Indigenous is homegrown. The way we grow अपने घर की सब्जी and बाजार की खरीदने जाते हैं, है ना? So indigenous is basically homegrown people or the writers or the poets or the court people who have written accounts on the kings, their way of ruling. That is your indigenous literature. Foreign is when somebody from other parts or other kingdoms enters and then writes an account. So these are all indigenous literary sources of the Satyavanta period. Okay?
Okay, so there were many words from the language Sanskrit translated into Persian. And if you are good in writing poems or writing good stories, it's an art. But wait a second, then what's art? So some of us do like art, including painting, drawing, and coloring, but some of us don't. There are also different kinds of art, but we give name to it, like dancing, singing, acting, and writing. We also love to write stories and poems. These are also little examples of art, which we give it different names, but they are a part of art. Now, when we read about Alauddin Khilji, if we all remember, there was a person. His name was IFS. He was a patron of art and learning. This point that Anya told is given in that book where we have read Alauddin Khilji in the last line, the second last line. It's in the second last line.
On page number?
On page number 25, Alauddin.
Okay, Gibran wants to say something. Yes, Gibran?
Did you say Hosni Khas is present?
Sorry? He's present, but he is alive till date.
No, auntie, but
No, auntie is saying that if she said that Hosni Khas is a person.
Hosni Khas is a place. Hosni Khas is a place in Delhi, beta.
auntie is a magnificent tank.
It's not a name. I also am not paying attention because the pronunciation was slightly. What the phone is? Hosni Khas is a place, beta. It's a landmark. It's a tank. It's not a person.
Okay, auntie, they meant Alauddin Khalji was a patron of arts and learning.
After that, that's not an example. That's more of an architectural building. Why? Because you have to understand that these rulers were basically, some of them were good, some of them were bad, in the sense some of them were actually looking after the subjects and some were not. So those who were there were looking after the subjects. They understood that the main source of income is from, what was the main source? Land revenue. So if agriculture was the main source of income, then people had to be given all help and aid in the form of canals, in the form of tanks. So one of them, which is a very relevant one, is Hosni Khas. Okay? So that is a tank which was built by Alauddin Khalji. What else, beta?
Now we will be starting with the questions.
So first question is, we will be doing this orally. So what do you understand by art? Yes, Gibran.
Art is a form of vibrantly expressing emotions.
Okay.
Laksh?
Anybody else
So
wants
we
to
talking
add?
about singing, dancing, painting, coloring, etc.
Anyone else? Yes, Vidushi?
A way of expressing it.
That
Next
means,
question.
if we have to take a gist, what do you say? Can we end it as a way of expression of one's emotion? It can be in the form of anger also. But you are able to express your emotions in some form, whether you do it in writing, whether you do it in the form of drawing, whether you do it in the form of performing art. That means I can sing, I can dance, I can emote, act. All these will be coming under your art. Next.
Our second question is, what do you know about architecture? Yes, Adrika.
Better you stand up first and then speak.
Buildings.
Yes.
Okay, Siddharth, anything you want to add to it? Is architecture building? Or you can add something.
Buildings that will be that we make in our art, but we like we can say making art in front of
Who else was raising? Okay, Laksh.
Like there are many different designs and places. They are used to create buildings, like many buildings. There are many different types of designs. So we can say that is architecture.
Okay. What he is saying, you are adding to it because he is basically saying construction of building with a base of art. He is saying architecture basically is that.
Architecture is the art of adding visually appealing designs to buildings to make them appear appealing to the other people.
Maybe to the person who built it, because his reasons may be different. Supposing I am victorious, I have fought a war against another king and I am victorious. So I am building a wall, or let me say I am building a tower to commemorate my victory. So in my eyes, it's going to be a building because I have constructed something. In your eyes, you might be wondering, what is it? But in my eyes, because I have built it, so it will be art in the form of construction because it is actually liberating me because I am declaring my victory. So it can be because of the builder, architectural form which is my expression of an event which holds so much of importance to me. Like if I am conquering another kingdom and I am victorious, so I may be wanting to build a wall to declare my victory. I can build a tower, whatever. But in my eyes, it's beautiful. It's my art form. What else?
Can you tell me what is literature?
Okay. Manan, can you tell what is literature? What comes to your mind? Literature के नाम से क्या है?
Written content.
Literature is the written content of people.
Beta, but tell me one thing. I have written one page. ठीक है? But I have written and it's not very coherent. But I have let loose my emotions where it's not very clear. I have not used grammatically it's erroneous. Why? Because I have not used full sentences, half sentences. It's just my thoughts. I put words which are loosely put. Will you call it literature? So then the definition of literature changes to more. Dibra?
Literature is another form of expressing emotions by writing down your thoughts about a certain matter or your life if you want.
That is what I am saying, beta. If I do it and I am doing it incoherently, do you understand the meaning of incoherently? That means टूटे शब्द लिख दिए हमने in an organized manner which can be read by others also. Literature can only be something which I have written because I have given vent to my emotions, but it has to be in such a way, written in such a way that others can also read it. So then literature is something which is written by following the grammatical portions of the language in which it is written, as well as it has to be very orderly or let's say coherently written कि दूसरों को भी समझ में आए, है ना? Okay. Till she is writing, can you tell it also?
Write a short note.
Write a short note on art, architecture and literature of Delhi Sultanate.
And while you are writing, because before this or after this, you can write the activity that was conducted in the class by which children, so that you are making a short note on what exactly you learned out of the activity.